Write down the quadratic expressions 2x squared plus x minus 3 as the product of two linear factors. So what they want us to do is factorize it. Okay, so to factorize this, we get 2x plus 3, x minus 1. Now we look at part B. Hence or otherwise find the coefficients of x in the expansions of this to the power of a. So this is from part A with power A. So if we use the results of factorizations, and it takes power 8, so at the end, we will get the two factors with power 8. And the power 8 can be given to each of the factors. And we are going to expand it by using binomial expansion. If we look at the binomial expansions formula, so what we know is it is a plus b to the power of n. A to the power of n, the first term. And imagine if you expand this, the first term will be 2x to the power of 8. So it will give us a very big power, power 8, which is not required in the questions. Imagine here also, the first term will be x to the power of 8, so which is not required. So, and if we keep going, the next term is nc1, a to the power of n minus 1, b. So we don't need this term also because this will give us power 7 term, okay? And if we keep moving, nc2, a to the power n minus 2b squared, and so on. And what terms do we need at the end? Okay, so imagine the first term is power 8, second term power 7, then power 6. Then keep going, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So we want the second last term, which is x to the power of 1 terms. And the last term, which is x to the power of 0 terms. We want the last two terms. Okay, the last term and the second last term is the required term. So if we look at the formula, what is the second last term? It is going to be n c n minus 1 a to the power of n minus, a to the power of 1. You know the power of a keep decreasing, right? So it will decrease to a to the power of 1, and then the power of b keep increasing. So it will keep going to n minus 1, and finally the last term is going to be b to the power of n. So we want the last two terms. Okay, so why we don't need the first few terms in front? Because the power is too big and it's not required by the question. So when we expand, we put dots to ignore the terms in front. And we go straight to the second last term, which is 8c7 2x 3 to the power of n minus 1, right? Which is 7. And the last term, 3 to the power of 8. Okay, so these are the terms, the last two terms. So likewise, for the second brackets, when we expand, we ignore the first few terms. So we want the last two terms. So the second last term, again, 8c7 and x and negative 1 to the power of 7. And the last term is minus 1 to the power of 8. Okay, so these are the last two terms. So use your GDC, calculate this, and we will get 34992x and 3 to the power of 8, 6561. So for this, if we expand it, we will get negative 8x plus 1. Okay, so now it will be clearer why we don't need the first few terms, because the question wants x to the power of 1 only. When you expand the last two terms here, we just need to select accordingly. For example, this term, when you multiply with this, it forms a term in x. Okay, so this times this, we will get 34992x. This time this, no need, because it produces x squared term. Okay, so we don't want that. So likewise, this multiply with this will produce the x term. Okay, so this multiply with this, we get minus 52488x. And the rest, we put dot. We don't want that. Okay, so by subtracting this, I get minus 17496x and dot. We don't want the rest. And at the end, the coefficient of x is this value. Negative 17496.